liberal where they go, this guy's pretty reasonable, which essentially introduces a fundamental binary paradigm shift for a lot of people listening. And I think that that's really important to do. And my suspicion is that this type of joke, while I don't really care about edgy jokes in and of themselves, my suspicion is that essentially this joke was more offensive than it was funny, and you lost a whole bunch of social capital with people that I think you could be more effective if you maintain that social.
She's cooking. She's absolutely correct. Let's be very clear. There's no way to measure the impact of edgy jokes. That doesn't exist unless you do like a survey. It doesn't exist. But you can realize and use a combination of anecdotal experiences and generalized perceived understandings of certain things to also help determine why people are thinking the way they think, right? For example, the messaging when it comes down to, and it's usually a combination of what the left and what the right is doing. Well, let's stick with the left really because they were the ones who pushed it first and then the right had overcorrected and became unhinged. So left, for example, one of the consistent messages that they kept on putting out was the fact that all white people are racist and black people can't be racist. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that. And then you keep on repeating this and repeating this and repeating this, and nobody that has a position of influence for the most part, especially political influence like senators and congressmen, none of them ever counteracted this point because they needed the votes. So it wasn't dismayed by important political officials. Much of the popular left wing social media, independent media figures also push this messaging. I mean, currently we have people like Hassan and Dean pushing this messaging, in addition to the far left radicals. And then you get a generalized opinion about what the left, what's the word, what the left represents. And then someone who's like in the middle, independent, gets a perceived notion that, oh, the left just thinks all white people are racist, man. That's weird. So the idea that jokes, which is tangential to what I'm saying, can't do the same exact thing in terms of creating a generalized perception of a particular ideology or side is wrong.